because it wouldn't have just splashed on her to where she has burns all over her entire legs, her buttocks, her back, and there's literally no skin there. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Friends, today's Doo-Doo Dum-Dums, we have Charles Jr. and Nadwana Jones. Now, in December of 2022, Charles is giving a child a bath. The child's skin starts peeling off, and she suffers significant injuries. The question is, how did all of this happen? So police bring in Charles, who's the boyfriend, and the mother, Nadwana Jones, for questioning. So let's have a look at what Charles says first, and then we'll get to the mother. Every now and again, it does mute because for some reason, the word mom and grandma have been redacted. I don't know. But let's see what he has to say.
What is your girlfriend's name?
Najwan.
Najwan. When did she move in?
She moved in. Well, I've been messing with Najwan for a long time. I knew her since like she was 16.
Okay.
And I was.
Did you guys go to school together?
No, she used to be my next door.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Her mom. I know her mom for a long time. I stayed on him for a long time.
Okay.
She possibly moved in with me. She's been with me since July.
Okay, so y'all been together since July?
Yes.
Okay. And then she moved in a week or two ago, or when
She's been with me since way before. I mean,
okay.
July. Let's say July.
But so y'all physically moved in the apartment together?
You know, she don't stay there, but she be there.
Okay. So she's not a resident at the apartment?
No, she's not a resident at the apartment.
So she was living with mom? And
she was living with mom and
just staying with you now for kind of off and on?
Yeah.
Okay. Has she been staying there like pretty much regularly for the past couple weeks?
Well,
Okay.
So I can say 2-3 weeks. She go to her cousin's house and come back. Or she go to mom, some shit like that.
Okay. All right. And so tell me about, go ahead and just begin with like what happened, like what started your day out today, like what you guys do.
Okay, well, earlier I dropped my homeboy off to work.
Robert?
No,
okay.
not him. He was dropping him off to work too, but I dropped my homeboy off to work. We came back to the apartment. Last night was a pretty rough night. I mean, we were having a little fun, a little party.
Sure.
You know,
it's okay to party, man. I'm here to condone, you know, that, the marijuana. Like, I'm not here for that. I'm here just about this whole situation.
Pretty rough night, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Coming down off of, you know, the weed and the liquor. Mm-hmm. So I came back home and when we went to bed, she woke up around at least 7:57, I say.
In the morning?
No, 7:57, like.
At night?
We came back after we dropped off my homeboy. I had a couple errands to run.
Mm-hmm.
Robert took me. We came back and by like noon, I say 3-4 o'clock,
mm-hmm.
and I woke back up at 7:57.
So you remember distinctly 7:57?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, because I checked my phone. That's the first thing you do when you wake up. Check your phone.
So 7:57 p.m. So.
Yeah, p.m. That's what time we woke back up. Me and Najwan. The baby, she usually sleep in the bed with us, but usually she wet the bed. So we have a little, right here on my side of the bed, she have a little pallet, you know what I'm saying, until we get her a bed, you know.
Okay.
It's hard times.
I get you.
When I woke up, I had a bag of chips, some hot Cheeto puffs. Mm-hmm. It was on the ground. Apparently she ate all the hot Cheeto puffs, and she probably mistaken the hot sauce, because, you know, eating, you know, she was probably mistaken the hot sauce was a drink. She drank some of the hot sauce, and when I woke up...
She be having hot Cheeto puffs and hot sauce, bro?
Well, shit, before I went to bed, before I went to bed, I had ate some shit, you know what I'm saying? And I left the hot sauce on the side of the bed.
Oh, okay.
Not knowing that she was drinking or anything, but you know, me, I'm inexperienced. I'm 20 years old, man.
I got you, man.
So, when I woke up, I seen her mouth was red. She had all the little hot Cheetos and stuff on her. And so her mom, I told her that we needed some wipes. But we had wipes. She had to go to the store. Mm-hmm. When she walked to the store, the baby was with me. Mm-hmm. I had gave her something to drink. Some Minute Maid. And then,
so she walked to the store to get wipes?
Yeah, she walked to the store. She walked to the store. She was at the store no longer than probably 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. Okay, while she was at the store, I usually clean up the baby and stuff for her sometimes too. You know, I know how to change the diaper and stuff like that. So she was wet. So I changed the diaper. Changed the diaper. I was finna clean up. When I went to go to clean up, she was wet. You know what I'm saying? So I took off the clothes that she had on. So I usually give her a bath inside the little sink right there in my house. Okay, when I took her and put her in the sink, I ran the water. I cut on the cold water. It's the cold knob in my bathroom. But how my apartment set up, you can come over and visit yourself. I don't mind showing you set up and then.
Okay.
But the way things run, I walked out to go get the sensors for her to take a shower. You know what I'm saying? With a bath inside the little sink or whatever. You know what I'm saying? When I came, I heard her crying. I walked off for like 3 minutes, 4 minutes possibly. When I came back, I seen her trying to get out the sink. And I said, oh shit. I forgot, you know what I'm saying, that the sink, sometimes you cut the cold on, but it's not cold. It's the hot water.
Okay.
So that's exactly what happened. You know, she was under the hot water for, I don't know how long. I can't approximately say, but I know I seen her skin peeling that shit, like, just through me. I'm like, oh shit. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? So when I call her, hey man, you need to get her the baby skin coming off her or whatever. She immediately rushed to my direction. She was all panicking and shit. She called her mom. You know, like I said, I'm inexperienced with children. I don't have no kids myself personally. And she called her mom. We didn't know what to do. I mean, we a young couple. Shit. She called her mom. They always had an answer. So when she told us, she was like, hey, shit, you know what I'm saying? Y'all bring it over here to us. Y'all bring it over to us. We gonna go to the hospital together. And that's how we end up in over there. But otherwise than that, that's what happened. So.
How long do you think she was in the water, you think?
I don't know. I know I walked off for a good 4 minutes, 5 minutes, man. That's my first mistake.
So you turn the water on, and when you turn the water on, you walked.
I walked away. Yeah, I turned the cold water on. It's supposed to be cold water. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know it was the hot water. I forget. We just moved in the apartment.
Okay. And then you walk away and you hear the baby screaming.
I heard her screaming. That's why I was like, oh shit, maybe I thought she hadn't got out of the damn water. You know what I'm saying?
And is this the kitchen?
No.
One or the bathroom?
It's the bathroom right here.
Okay. And then so you heard that, and that's when you came running back in.
The bathroom. She was trying to get out of the sink. I grabbed her. I grabbed the towel, wrapped around, seeing that she was on. The skin was peeling. So I immediately looked on Google to see, you know, I could get my phone and show you the history. I immediately looked on Google to see what can be done, like a remedy at home, you know, because I didn't know it was that bad. I just thought well, maybe her skin was just peeled. You know, I don't know nothing about it. But I know the hot water at my house is very hot. So, you know what I'm saying?
So you wouldn't mind giving me consent to go to the house and like testing the water out?
Yes, you can, of course. I have no pots or pan to even boil water at my house. So, yeah, I don't mind. If you want to, we could go tonight.
So you don't have any pots and pans in the house?
No pots and pans, none of that. Shit, I don't even have a knife in my house.
Okay. So how you feel about the situation?
I feel pretty like overwhelmed about the whole thing. You know, I mean, all I do is be trying to help her with a child. I mean, the dad's not out, like, why not? You know, I don't have no kids. I got nieces.
But now you see this baby.
That shit kind of like scared me, dude. Like, it really did scare me. I'm kind of still shook up from that shit, bro. I don't wish nobody.
I get it. You don't have another child or anything,
no,
so you've never really.
No, I've never been a dad to nobody. All my nieces and nephew, 5, 6, 7 years old.
All right, I get it, man. I mean, it's a traumatic situation that you're going through. You know, when something like that happens, and obviously, you know, if you've never been a father before, you know, other than, you know, you have any brothers and sisters or anything?
Yes, I have brothers and sisters.
You ever had to take care of them or anything?
No.
So you kind of just take care of yourself and stuff, and you know, try and do the right thing with giving the baby a bath, whatever.
Yeah, that's it. She kind of threw up on me, I guess. I don't know how much hot sauce she consumed. Like I said, she usually just sleep on the side on her little pallet. And when I woke up, I know I see her mouth. I'm like, damn.
And mom was there at that time too?
Yeah, mom was there. She was there.
And that's why she went to go get
the wipes and stuff. She said she couldn't find no wipe.
Okay. Anything you think that I should know or that you haven't told me? Or
well, I should let you know shit. The baby don't be around me often or us often shit. She not want to dance, you know what I'm saying? She's about to be a dancer. So
all right, man. I don't really have any other questions. Let me go and speak to finish talking with Grandma, and then I'll probably cut you guys out of here. Is what I'll probably do is Since you're going to give consent, there's an officer that's still standing by at your house out there. I will have that consent given to him, and we'll have an evidence technician come in and take photos and stuff like that, and they'll probably test the water out to see how hot it gets and stuff like that. How old are you?
22.
And what's your highest level of education?
High school.
Did you graduate from high school?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do any college or anything like that? No.
Where did you go to high school at?
I went to a private school, so it goes all the way. I went to middle school, all the way to high school. So
What's the name of it?
it's called Lighthouse Christian Academy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of that. And read and write, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have you used alcohol today?
Mm-hmm.
Have you used drugs today within the past 24 hours?
We're not the drug police.
And we're not drug police, or we're not.
I'm trying to think, did I smoke? Yes, I smoked one too.
Okay. Did you smoke this morning, or did you smoke it last night?
Last night.
Last night. Okay. And do you wear glasses or contacts?
Mm-hmm.
Any mental health conditions like ADHD or any of that kind of stuff?
I do have heart problems.
Okay. What kind of heart problem?
I forgot what it's called.
Do you take medication for it?
Yeah.
Did you take your medication today?
I don't take it no more.
Oh, okay.
They prescribed me. I don't have to take it no more.
So you don't have to take medication anymore?
No.
Okay.
So is it better?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like on and off.
Okay. What does it cause? Like, is it like breathing or something? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, so like
if I walk too long, I just start having heart problems.
Okay. And is that, do you smoke cigarettes too? So I'm just
No,
just because
cigarette.
smoking like marijuana or something, that might be detrimental to.
Yeah.
Did they tell you that?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm trying to stop.
All right, I understand. All right, so obviously why I'm here,
Yeah.
and why we're here. So I just for the case involving your daughter, and I just want you to pretty much let's just start back from the evening before the incident took place, if you don't mind, and just kind of take me through your day, what happened, and what you did, and then kind of the next day when everything kind of occurred, and kind of go from there. Okay.
So when we got the baby, we came home.
And which grandma is that?
His grandma. My boyfriend.
Charles' grandma?
Yeah. When I got the baby from his grandma, and we was chilling at the house, eating and watching movies. And later that night, I had to go to the store because he fell asleep, and I was in front watching TV. The baby was in the room. She drank some hot sauce and ate some chips. She thought it was some juice, I guess, and picked it up and started drinking it. And he told me to go to the store and get her some wipes. And I was at the store. He called me saying, "Hurry up, Dad. Your baby's skin is falling off." I said, "What happened?" And he said, the water got too hot. I said, "What you mean the water got too hot?" He said he turned the cold water on in the kitchen, and it was cold for a minute, and he went and got something out the room for her, like some toys to play in the sink, and he said the water got too, I guess it got hot and started burning her skin off.
Okay. So let's rewind. Because you said the night before when you originally started, that's where we were starting at with what happened the night before. This happened the next day in the evening, correct?
No.
So what happened
that night?
Right. So the night before, like when you guys woke up that morning, tell me what happened in that morning leading up to that. Like what you guys did around the house.
I told you.
Okay. So
we watched movies and ate, chill with the baby, do normal stuff with the baby, play with her, like sing her stories, read and stuff. Lay her down for a nap. She woke up, looked at his hot chips, ate his hot chips. She knew it was hot. I guess she thought there was some juice by his bed, but it was hot sauce, and she drank it. And he told me to go to the store and get her some wipes. And then when it hit that night, he decided to take her a bath from me while I was at the store getting wipes.
Okay. So that was actually the evening of the incident.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's clear to me. Where's the baby stay at whenever you guys are together? So you guys stay in the bed together? Is there like a crib, or is there anything
I know.
else?
She don't have a crib because I decided not to buy her a crib because she going. Well, I did have her because she jumps out of it and crawls in my bed.
Mm-hmm.
So she know how to walk. So she climb up in my bed, our bed.
Okay.
And live with us. So we decided she could lay in bed with us.
Okay. And how long have you stayed at the apartment?
We just moved her. I guess it's been 3 weeks now.
Okay. And so do you full-time live there now and stay there?
Yeah.
Because I'm under the impression that you don't stay there full-time. Sometimes you're there, sometimes you're at grandma's.
Yeah. When I want to spend the night at my grandma's, I go to her house. When I want to stay with my boyfriend, I stay with him.
Okay. So he called you on the phone. You were at the store. How far is the store away?
Not that far.
Like, if you had to put a judge of how many minutes you think it would take you to get there, were you walking or driving?
Walking.
Okay.
I would say about 3 minutes to get there. It's not that far. Right up the street.
Which store did you go to?
Like one of the corner stores.
One of the corner stores?
Yeah.
The one right outside of the
apartment.
Right outside the apartments?
Yeah.
I think there's a
like
there's a strip club.
Yeah.
And then there's a liquor store.
Yeah. That store right
That one right there on the corner.
Okay. So where were you at and as far as adjacent to the store? Were you already on your way back, or were you in the store when he called you? Or?
I was already on my way back.
Okay.
And when he told me, I ran it back.
Okay. And then from what happened from there when you got back to the house?
I seen her skin, I panicked and started crying, and I called my grandma to see, because I never had this happen before. So I called her to see because she's a doctor at Shands, so I called her to see. She was like, take her to the hospital, but my mom told me to take her to her. She'll fix her with ointment. So I took her to her, and she was like, "Oh, I can't fix this. She got to go to the hospital." And that's when she called the ambulance. The ambulance came, and I guess rushed her to the hospital. We rushed to the hospital.
So did you call Grandma first, or did you call Mom first?
Grandma.
You called Grandma first, and Grandma said, take the baby to the hospital.
Uh-huh.
But then you called your mom,
uh-huh.
and your mom said, no, bring her over here.
Yeah.
Where's over here? Where's Mom?
She lives on 11th Street.
On 11th Street?
Yeah.
11th and what?
I can't think of that.
So about how far of a drive is it from your house to your mom's house?
10 minutes.
Okay. From the time that you got the call from Charles, how long do you think that it took for? So let's say, for example, he called you on the phone. You're running back to the house. You said you'd only been gone for 3 or 4 minutes, or something like that. We'll say less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
For you to walk to the store and come all the way back. So from the time that he called you, what time did you reach out and call your the one that works at Shands?
Do you still have the call log on your phone? So you've already deleted your call history?
Oh, no, they deletes by itself.
So you have it set up to where it deletes after a day?
I guess.
Okay. So if you had to put a time, was it dark outside?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it like twilight dark, or was it like pitch black dark?
Dark.
Okay. And so you come back to the house. So when you come back to the house at pitch black dark, Charles is telling you what happened. You look at your baby. How long from that time frame until the time that you called Grandparents? Was there any kind of, I don't know, did you try to tend aid to the baby? Did you put, like maybe wrapped her in clothing or anything like that?
Oh, yeah.
I
tried to put her in clothing, but I was like, I just couldn't put her in clothing. Because her skin, it was sticking to her. Her
Okay.
clothes was ripping her skin off.
Okay. So you put clothes on her,
Yeah.
and then when you were putting them on, it was pulling the skin off her body.
Yeah, so I decided to just take it off.
So would there, just for me talking to you, would you think that if I'm holding my child that just has been burned under water that's hot, and her skin's coming off, and I see this actually happening, do you think maybe you should contact 911 or call rescue or call? What made you not do that?
I panicked. It's my first time, so the first time being a mom, so of course I'm panicked. I never had this happen.
Okay.
Is your mom a nurse or a doctor?
No. So my girl raised me. So she I don't know what it's called. She helped people with rehab. She in rehab. Okay.
But she works in the hospital district within that medical field. Yeah. Okay. Does your mom?
No. So she's like, take it to her and see if she could fix her. Okay. So
why would you think that your mom would fix her?
I don't know. I guess she thought she could. So.
But you just said that your mom is in the medical field.
She's not, but I trust my mom. So that's why I took her.
So you guys drive up there and you said it's about 10 minutes from your apartment to get to your mom's.
Yes.
How long do you think you were at mom's?
The rescue got there, so a long time. Because rescue was doing a lot of stuff.
Can you, if you could put like a number of minutes on it, a long time could be 30 minutes, a long time could be 3 hours. Well, it just depends on.
We left like in 30 minutes.
Who left from what? In 30 minutes?
And my baby left the house like in 30 minutes.
Within 30 minutes of calling your mom?
No. I was at my mom's house.
So in rescue, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so rescue arrives when you were there. Yeah. And then you go with
the rescue and my baby.
With your baby to
the hospital.
Okay.
Did you send any text messages to anybody that night?
Yeah.
Okay. We're trying to just get a timestamp of kind of when you got that first call from saying that the baby was hurt in the sink to. So do you remember if you text anybody?
Did Charles text you?
Did Charles text you or did he call you?
Oh, he called me.
He called you?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he send you a text message at all? Mm-hmm. Okay. Did anybody that you can remember send you a text message around that time?
That was in the house?
No, just anybody.
Just anybody around that time when you got the call from Charles about the baby. No, that you could look back and kind of get a timestamp.
No, I was on the phone with my friend. That was around 9 at night.
Okay, so around 9 o'clock you were on the phone and Charles beeps in?
Yeah.
Okay. Who were you talking to?
My friend Nina.
Okay. Do you know Nina's last name?
No.
So you just call her Nina?
Yeah.
Okay. So go back and tell me, like, specifically, so you're on the phone at 9. Sometime in that time frame from 9 to the 2 or 3 or the 3 or 4 minutes that it says it took you to get to the store, walking back to the store, Charles calls you. What exactly did Charles tell you? Like, and how did he tell you?
It was like, babe, hurry up back. And I said, what's wrong? And he was saying, oh, I was trying to bathe the baby before you got back. And I turned the water on. The same stuff I've been telling y'all. So he turned the water on and it got cold and he left for a second. He went in the room to get. He didn't tell me what he was getting, but I knew he was getting something for the baby. Because I seen it.
Do you know where Robert was this whole time?
Robert was in when I got back. I don't know where Robert was, but when I got back, Robert was in front.
Of the house, like outside or in the front room?
Front room with my butcher.
How long have you and Charles been together for?
We knew each other since mid-17, so a long time.
Well, how long have you been dating? He's your boyfriend.
A couple months.
In that couple months, how many times have you left the baby
With Charles?
with Charles alone?
A lot.
A lot.
Mm.
What's the longest period of time that you've left the child with Charles alone?
So, I could say it at night. I don't know.
Have you left the baby with Charles overnight?
Sometimes.
For the whole night?
Yeah.
Okay. Does Charles have any babies of his own?
No.
Has he ever taken any kind of baby classes, or how does he know how to care for a baby? Do you know?
He have nieces and nephews. He take care. He don't take care of them, but they spend the night. So they like 5 and 4.
Okay. Does do you and Charles smoke marijuana together?
Yes.
Do you and Charles do other narcotics together?
No.
When's the last time that you've consumed other narcotics prior to you getting that phone call from him?
I don't do drugs.
Okay. What if I told you I know that you do other drugs?
You don't know that.
Okay, so if a drug test come back that DCF did, and it come back that you had methamphetamines and amphetamines in your system.
He can tell you I don't do drugs. Robert can tell you I don't do drugs. I be around him 24/7.
Where would that?
It's no way I can do drugs.
Where would that come? Why would that come back in your system then?
You have perks for pain.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of stuff in perks.
So that's
Did you take perks?
Yes, for pain, my teeth.
Are they prescribed to you?
Yes.
So you have
I have a prescription.
You have a prescription for perks?
Yes.
Okay. What's the milligrams on that? Do you know?
No.
Okay.
So that's something that I should know. So when I ask you about if you're on any medications or anything like that, that's something that you should, kind of divulge to me, because for us, if we get a drug test back that says that you have these types of drugs in your system, other than just the marijuana, that's something that should be told and let me know up front. Okay, because then I'm not going to say, well, what if I tell you there's something different? I don't do drugs. Well, technically it's a drug, but there's a reason why you're taking it, if that makes sense to you. So
it's for my teeth. I'm going to have surgery.
Okay. And when you're having surgery on your teeth, what's going on with your teeth?
I have to get my wisdom tooth pulled.
Okay. So you haven't had them pulled yet?
Yeah, I had one.
You had one pulled already?
Yeah.
Okay. When was that?
2 weeks ago.
Okay. So they gave you the prescription for the pain of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's real pain.
How many are you supposed to take and how often?
I took one.
When did you take that?
2 days ago. That's why it's still in my system.
And today's Thursday, so that's Tuesday you took it? Or was it Sunday or Monday?
So I took the drug test when I was up there. So I guess it was still in my system.
When did you take the perk, though?
That night that Charles told me the baby was hurt.
Did you take it after Charles told you the baby was hurt or before?
Before.
Okay.
So before you went to the store?
Yeah.
Okay.
How many did you take? Just one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you take it as prescribed, which means swallowing it, or did you crush it? Mm-hmm. Or do something else with it?
No, I popped it like a regular pill.
Okay. Did you take anything else?
Mm-mm.
Any other prescriptions?
No.
Drugs of any kind?
No.
Any alcohol consumption?
Oh, we did have a party 2 days ago. I don't know when we had a party. Well, we had a party.
Mm-hmm.
And our friends was over. And we, our friends get together and we drink, have fun. I guess liquor was still in my system.
So you, so does, just so for my clarification,
Yeah.
you're the only one that has the prescription for Percocet.
Yeah.
Does Charles do anything else other than marijuana or anything like that?
Mm.
Okay. So he wouldn't have any of that stuff in his system or anything like that at all. Okay. Just I wanted to verify that because we're a little gray in the beginning, when we're asking what type of narcotics and stuff. Because technically it's a medication, but it still would be considered like a narcotic because of what it has inside of it. Okay. That's why when I asked about narcotics. Tell me about the water in the house, the hot and stuff like that.
The water get real hot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. It's not his fault the water got hot because they have the knob set in there. You could turn the cold water on. It'll be cold, but you'll walk away. You'll come back. It'll be hot.
Okay. Have you ever given? Is it Camilla? Right? Is that how you say her name? So have you ever given Camilla a bath in the sinks? Right? Is that where you guys give her baths at? Okay, the bathroom sink, the kitchen sink, or both?
It depends on how we feeling that type of day. Do you want to give her? I should sit her in the tub or a sink.
Okay. Do you ever leave her in the sink by herself?
Mm-hmm. Like I ain't gonna say leave her in the sink, but like walk away for a second and get something and come back.
Is this in the kitchen sink or the bathroom sink?
What?
Where you left her before?
Both.
Is it like describe the sinks to me? Like, are they like gargantuan sinks? Or?
Okay. The kitchen sink is like kind of wide, and the bathroom sink is kind of like circular. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not really that big, but the kitchen sink is bigger than bathroom sink.
Okay. And do you mostly give her a bath in the sinks, or is it?
Yeah.
Okay. She's 1 and 4 months now?
She's 1.
How many times from the time that she's been born do you think that you guys have given her baths in the sink?
More than 10 times.
Okay. And how many times on those more than 10 times have you left her in the sink by herself?
I could say 6.
Have you ever left her in the sink with the water running?
Yeah.
Have you ever left her in the sink with the water running at the apartment in London Town? Mm-hmm. Okay. Have you ever filled it up and then just set her in it? Mm-hmm. And how does it normally work? Do you just turn it on and let it ride?
Okay. I turn it on, put her hand up on there, and leave her in there, and I go in the room, get something, and rush back.
Okay. What do you think could have happened in that time frame that if you put your hand on her, the water sits under there, that Charles left to go get something, whatever, real quick, to the point to where your baby's skin's falling off of her body? What do you think ideally would be that time frame, and how fast do you think that your water gets that hot? Because you've lived there, so you take showers and stuff there too, right?
I take showers.
Okay, yeah. So you turn that on,
So I'll never put her in the. I don't really like putting her in the tub because the shower it's too hot. Shoot.
How quickly does it get hot though? When you go to take a shower and you turn that hot water on, how quickly does it get hot?
I could say 2 minutes.
So 2 minutes and it gets hot.
Yeah.
So hot. Like too hot that you can't stand in it?
Yeah. I try to turn the cold water on with it.
Okay. So 2 minutes.
Yeah. But the kitchen sink is way different than
Okay, tell me about the kitchen sink. How quickly does that get hot?
It don't get hot that quickly. We've been having problems with our apartment for a couple of days.
So does it take longer than the shower to get hot?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna be honest with you. I find it really hard to believe that Charles puts Camilla in the sink, turns the water on, walks away, and he's only gone for, like you said, quick, like maybe a minute or two or something like that. And it doesn't get super hot for at least maybe 2 minutes it takes to get that hot. That he was back in time for the baby to be burned the way that she is. I mean, you've obviously seen your child, correct?
Yeah, I've seen my child, but y'all trying to make it seem like he hurt my baby.
No, that's not what I'm saying. There's a gap that I'm trying to understand what happened. That's all I'm trying to get an explanation of. Because I've already spoke to Charles, obviously, that night of the incident. I came in, he gave me a statement. I spoke to him about everything. So trying to understand the specific time frames and the minutes that it takes for this to be hot is where I'm trying to kind of narrow down your understanding of minutes compared to 20 minutes. Is it possible that Charles walked away and he was gone longer than 3 or 4 minutes?
I can't really say. I can't really say how long he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there. I got back when he had her.
Okay.
She was in his arms.
Okay. So if she's in his arms when you see her and stuff like that, what is your thought of what happened? What does inside tell you what happened? Does it tell you that Charles walked away for too long? Does it tell you that the running water was sitting there and he turned the wrong one on and it was hot the entire time? Does it tell you what? Because her burns are like beyond severe for it. That had to be sitting there running for a certain period of time to get that hot and to stay that hot, because it wouldn't have just splashed on her to where she has burns all over her entire legs, her buttocks, her back, and there's literally no skin there. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that had to be some period of time where that was running or filling up to where it was running. And that's just what we're trying to clarify, to kind of see specifically the specifics, because these aren't a lot of questions that I have. These are also questions that the doctors are having, because they're trying to figure out specifically what happened from beginning to end. And I get you weren't there. You know what I mean? I spoke to Charles about this, and what he says what happened. Okay. And the minutes that he's telling me and stuff like that. I'm just trying to get from you what your thought process is on when you see your baby like that. He says, I was only away for a couple minutes and my baby has burns all over her body.
He probably was there for a couple minutes, because he do walk away, but it don't be that long when he take our bath.
Okay. There's really no other explanation for it. That it just could have been longer than that. You just don't know.
No.
Okay. Is there a reason why that when you originally gave your statement, that you said that it was you that was giving your baby a bath?
I was nervous.
Any other reason why, or anything that you were just nervous?
I was panicking. Stuff just come out.
Okay. So there's no other explanation other than the fact that it was just minutes where he left the baby in there, called you on the phone. Mm-hmm. You rushed back in the house. You called that is in some sort of medical personnel at the hospital. Tells you to go take the baby to the hospital. You say, I'm going to call grandma. And you call and then come over to the house, and they immediately tell you to contact 911. So that's from beginning to end. That's how it happened. No. I don't.
Any questions?
So what's going to happen from here is I'm going to take the statements that you've made, the statements that Charles made, the statements that Robert made, the statements that your grandpa made, and I am going to reach out to probably Nina, just to see if what she says about a conversation you guys were having interrupted and stuff like that, if you was you talking to you and stuff. I do need to speak with your grandma at chance.
I don't remember. Hello.
Good morning. Did you check on the baby?
Yes, ma'am.
So how is she?
She doing good. I'm in the detective's office.
You did what?
I'm in the detective's office.
All right, you need to call me when you're done because I still need that patient code.
I can't get the code. They keep saying you can call.
I done called several times and they keep.
I don't know, Grant. I really don't know. I keep calling, asking for a code. They say there's no code.
And every time I call, they said I need a patient code.
I'm gonna have to talk to her her doctor, because I keep I keep talking to the nurses that be in there.
Well, call me back when you're done.
No, they gonna call. The detective gonna call you.
Okay, he called me at my on the cell phone.
Okay, I gave him his cell phone.
All right.
Bye.
So that's the end of her police interview. Whatever drug she was taking, you can see she was definitely coming down. She was so slow and slurred in her expression. Anyway, I couldn't find anywhere the outcome of this case. However, in the Florida Department of Corrections, I found Charles, and he was sentenced in 2024. He was sentenced for aggravated manslaughter of a child, and he received 30 years. Finally, if we look at the police report, it says here, during the investigation, 2 temperature checks were performed by the detectives, and they measured a temperature of 140 degrees. Which house water temperature gets that high? Does yours? That is boiling.